morning, this is Bob Mason from FX and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We'll be looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day's support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Thursday the 29th of October. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar and the hourly candlesticks. Relatively range bound start to the morning. Going to need to see Bitcoin break through the pivot at 13,340 to support a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 13,766. Going to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break out from 13,500 levels, which has been a resistance level of late. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and the most recent high of 13,839 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, Bitcoin could test resistance at 14,000 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 14,264. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level to 12,842 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of sub 12,700 levels. Second major support level sits at 12,416. Looking at the MACD, we got a marked narrowing of the bearish histograms and a possible bullish cross this morning, supportive of the early upside. On the EMAs, however, that 50 has narrowed on the 100 and the 200, suggestive of further downside in the morning. So key through the early part of the day is to move back through to 13,500 levels. So failure to break through that pivot and expect support levels to come into play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, relatively bullish start to the morning. Going to need to see Ethereum move through the pivot at 392.88 to bring the first major resistance level at 405.27 in play. Going to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break back through to 400 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. The event of a breakout could see Ethereum test resistance at 415 before any pullback. Failure to move through the pivot, bring the first major support level sitting at 376.25 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should stay clear of the 38.2% fib at 367. Second major support level sits at 363.86. Looking at the MACD, we had a bullish cross late yesterday and a widening of the bullish histogram this morning, supportive of this early morning upside. On the EMA, however, we have got the 50 pulling away marginally from the 100 and the 200, and the 100 narrowing on the 200, suggestive of further downside ahead. So failure to move through that pivot level, expect sub 380s and support levels to come into play. Across to Litecoin against the US dollar, bullish start to the morning here. Going to need to Litecoin move through the pivot at 57.15 to support a run at the first major resistance level at 59.59. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break back through to 59 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect the first major resistance level and resistance at 60 to cap any upside. In the event of breakout, Litecoin could revisit yesterday's high 60.9 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 63.34. Failure to move through the pivot would bring the 23.6% fib at 54 and the first major support level at 53.4 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, should see Litecoin still well clear of sub 50s. Second major support level sits at 50.96. Looking at the MACD, we've got a narrowing of the bearish histograms and a possible bullish cross formation there, so keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, however, we're seeing the 50 narrow on the 100 and the 200, suggestive of further downside ahead. So look out for a bearish cross through the 100. So failure to move through the pivot at 57.15 would bring sub 55s and the 23.6% fib and support levels into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, bearish start to the morning here. Ripple's struggling early on. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP move through the pivot at 0.2489 to support the run at the first major resistance level, say at 0.2534. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 0.25 levels, however. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Ripple's XRP test resistance at 0.26 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 0.2612. Failure to move through the pivot will bring the first major support level sitting at 0.2411 into play. barring another extended sell-off, Ripple's XRP should stay clear of the second major support level at 0.2367. Looking at the MACD, we've got a narrowing of the bearish histograms, but we're not seeing a bullish cross, however, supporting this early downside this morning. On the EMAs, we had the 50 pull back from the 100 and the 200, supporting further downside ahead, and we had the 100 cross through the 200, supportive of further downside ahead. So failure to move through that pivot level, and expect the first major support level to come in play, and an extended sell-off would bring sub 0.24s into play on the day.